What's really good? We are back with another brand new Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today we're using a team that uses Lurantis, and actually this team was sent to me by a subscriber. So if you guys want me to use your teams, I'm looking for teams that have Pokemon that I haven't used yet. So send me your teams using the hashtag Teams for Shofu, I guess. I didn't know what to make the hashtag, but I guess I'll make it hashtag Teams for Shofu on Twitter. So when I click the Teams for Shofu hashtag on Twitter, it'll literally show me all the teams that have been sent to me. So if you have a team, upload it to Pastebin and send me the link using the hashtag Teams for Shofu on Twitter, okay? Anyways, today I'm gonna go ahead and bring this team in against my boy Petrosum. I'm gonna lead off with Lycanroc, and he's gonna lead off with Greninja. I already know the Water Shuriken's coming because that's exactly what I would have done. Water Shuriken is a priority water move, so it would have killed me. But I'm gonna go out to my Lurantis. Lurantis is actually extremely bulky, and I didn't know. I actually knew nothing about Lurantis before this battle. It's extremely bulky. It's actually pretty weak, but it gets the contrary ability. So with one Leaf Storm, your special attack will be pretty high. It only has like 232 special attack before, so your initial Leaf Storm is never going to do that much damage. As you guys are going to see here, Leaf Storm is a very strong move, and I know Gengar resists it, but most Pokemon using Leaf Storm would do a lot more damage than that. But because Leaf Storm is such a high base power move, it actually still did like 30%, so that's pretty good. And you guys are gonna see the contrary boost there. But either way, I'm gonna switch out because I don't want to take a a Life Orb Sludge Bomb. Wasn't quite sure if Lurantis would be able to live it. It might, just because of how bulky it is, but I'm still not gonna take the chance. So I'm gonna go out to my Lycanroc as he actually goes for the Shadow Ball, so I guess he knew I'd switch out. But either way, I'm still gonna be faster next turn, and he's gonna have to switch out, or he might risk the chance of dying. And either way, all I wanted to do is get my Stealth Rocks up, so I'm going to go for that now. As he actually switches into his Smeargle, not quite sure why. I don't know if he knew I was going to go for Stealth Rocks, but either way, he could have lost his Smeargle right there easily. But either way, I went for the Stealth Rock, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go for the Taunt next turn, because obviously I don't want that thing to set up anything. If I can get the Taunt off, then I'm going to get the Taunt off. But he actually double switches back to his Greninja, which was a good play because now he can go for the Water Shuriken. I'm just going to stay in here and go for the Accelerock. And he actually doesn't go for the Water Shuriken this turn because he probably thought that I might switch back to Lurantis, which was a good play, I did switch right out to Lurantis the first time. So I knew he would most likely stay in. Either way, I was going to stay in and use Accelerock to begin with. So he's actually going to go for the Dark Pulse and just take me out there. And he is going to get his Ash Greninja boost. But I'm not too worried about it because I have the Tapu Lele and it's Scarfed as well. So that's pretty much like a counter. I can't switch it. It's not a counter, it's a check. Sorry. Counter just is a Pokemon that can, switch in freely. But a check like this is a Pokemon that, can deal with Ash Greninja given the opportunity. So I bring in my Ash Greninja check, and I'm actually going to go for the Thunderbolt. And I guess he didn't know that I would have Thunderbolt because he switches in his Celesteela. So he was probably expecting the Moonblast there. But I went straight for the Thunderbolt because he had this Pokemon on his team. And I believe Thunderbolt hit everything but Garchomp, but there's no way he's going to bring his Garchomp into a Tapu Lele, right? Unfortunately for him, I actually do get a critical hit. It would have been a 2-hit KO anyways, but he might have been able to, double out to Garchomp. But now if he switches out, he's just going to die to Stealth Rock. So what I'm going to do is actually switch out to my Starmie, just in case he did want to double switch to his Garchomp, predicting me to go for Thunderbolt again. But it actually just stays in. But either way, I didn't want to be locked in to Thunderbolt as his Garchomp came out. And I don't know if that was a misplay, but I don't really have a lot to deal with a Garchomp setting up. But honestly, I don't know. Maybe I should have. Maybe I really should have just stayed in and Thunderbolted and let his Garchomp come out. Because Thunderbolt hit everything. He would have had to go to Garchomp. I might have been able to just bring Starmie in and maybe Ice Beam next turn. But either way, he's going to bring out his Greninja and just click Dark Pulse and something is going to die. But yeah, not thinking about it in hindsight, I think I should have just stayed in and Thunderbolted. Because if he switched out, he would have died to rocks anyways. So I kind of made that. I think it was a misplay at this point. I don't know. It didn't really matter in the end, but I'm not sure. Like, thinking about it while I'm commentating the battle just getting me messed up right now. But anyway, let me continue. I'm gonna bring in my Kartana to revenge kill it because a Leaf Blade is going to, 2-hit KO any Pokemon that decides to switch in. So I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade. I was thinking I might be able to sweep here because I did the calc and there is actually a chance to OHKO Garchomp after rocks with a +1 Leaf Blade. But I am going to go for the +1 Leaf Blade, and it's not going to quite kill. It's going to leave him with like 10%. And I'm going to take some rough skin damage. And then he actually goes for the Inferno Overdrive. Now, he said he has this. I've seen this before. I've seen Swords Dance Inferno Overdrive to take out, you know, incoming Celesteelas or Tapu Bulus that want to switch into Garchomp, which is a pretty nice strategy, honestly. It gives you a very, very, very strong Fire-type move to take out, you know, the Pokemon that would normally counter Garchomp. So it's a very, very nice strategy. He went for it on my Kartana because Kartana apparently has a chance to live Fire Fang because it actually has really, really, really high defense, and Fire Fang's not the strongest move in the world. So I don't know. It seems like you could just run Fire Blast though to deal with Kartana over Inferno Overdrive, but I believe Inferno Overdrive is probably better on Celesteela. But anyways, he takes out my Kartana with Inferno Overdrive. I'm gonna go out to Tapu Lele and take him out with a Moonblast, and then he's gonna go out to his own Tapu Lele, and you know, I'm not gonna stay in here, there's no way, so I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna go ahead and let my Lurantis die. I figured by his nickname that this thing was gonna be Specs, because if I switch, something's just gonna die, and that's exactly what happened. I bring in my extremely bulky max HP Lurantis, and it just straight up dies to a Psychic, so that thing's clearly Specs. So what I'm gonna do now is actually bring back in my Tapu Lele, because I know that I'm Scarfed, I know that I outspeed, and he probably figured that out by now. So what he's actually going to do is switch out to a Smeargle, expecting me to go for Shadow Ball. But there's no way I'm going for Shadow Ball, dude. You have 2 Ghost types and a normal type, which makes the obvious play Shadow Ball, which means that I'm definitely not going to go for Shadow Ball because it's way too obvious. I'm going to go for Psychic, knowing damn well your Smeargle is going to come in trying to be immune to the Shadow Ball. So there's just, you know, there's that. Anyways, it's coming down to the wire here. My last 2 Pokemon are Tapu Lele and Marowak. His last 2 Pokemon are Tapu Lele and Gengar. I'm Choice Scarfed, he's Choice Specs. I did a calc. Choice Specs Tapu Lele Timid does like 97% to Tapu Lele itself. So that means that I'm going to outspeed him, hit his Tapu Lele with 2 Shadow Balls, because I'll be able to live a Timid Shadow Ball from that Tapu Lele, and then I'll take out his Gengar next turn as well, and then that'll be the battle. So what I'm gonna do is go for the Shadow Ball, like I said. He can't kill me if he's Timid Choice Specs at all, unless he gets a critical hit. So I was so confident I was gonna live this Shadow Ball, right? But he's freaking Modest. Who runs Modest Choice Specs Tapu Lele? What kind of disgusting monster are you, man? I can't even freaking believe it. Now, his logic made perfect sense, okay? I'm not knocking him. I'm just pissed off because I did the calc. I was so confident. I did the calc. I was like, yes, I'm gonna live with 3% minimum, and then I'll kill him back with a Shadow Ball, and then I'll kill his Gengar with a Shadow Ball. But the man is running Modest Choice Specs Tapu Lele because his Smeargle has Sticky Web, but I never let him set up the Sticky Web, so I didn't know that it was a Sticky Web Smeargle. I didn't know anything. So I played myself. Like, I was so confident that I was gonna win, and then I lost, and he didn't even get a crit. He was just strong as hell because he was Modest Spec. I can't even believe it. I've never seen a Modest. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to tweet your teams to me at Teams for Show, who I guess sounds mad corny, but whatever, we'll make it work. Thank you guys for watching once again. Hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support on all the videos so far. Gonna keep them coming though. See you. I'm out of here. Bye.